Hey everyone, it's Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. Well, I never did make it back with you yesterday. Things just got too busy, and then we had class last night, so I couldn't do it then. But I did want to come in here and show you what we got. I'm so excited about this order. It is from Stampendous, and it has some really great things in it, especially if you are into watercolors like I am. I am so excited about this new series that they have. We do have a few other things that are not related to that, so let me just jump in and show you some of the stamps that we got. This is a new sentiment set called From My Heart. Good morning, Jan. And this just has a bunch of different sentiments on it. And it's just a really fun set. You know how much I like sentiments, so that is a really great sentiment set. We do have a couple of animals. This one is a cling. It is a llama, and here he is peeking around the corner and looking at you. He is really cute. And kind of along that same line, we have this clear set. This one is called Peeking Pals, and you can see here we have another version of that llama, although he's peeking the other way and is a little bit smaller. We have a giraffe, the ostrich, the flamingo, and I think that's maybe a meerkat. And then, of course, we have some fun sentiments on there. All right, so now we are going to get into the watercolor things. These first ones are some stamp sets, and while they are designed for their new watercolor series, you absolutely could use them with other mediums. They do not have to be used with watercolors, but they were specifically designed for this series. There are going to be 3 new sets every month. If you are interested, Fran has a video every Friday showing some techniques using these, and we are going to be having some classes coming up. We actually have our very first class, an introduction to watercolors, a week from this Sunday, and then later in the month we will actually have a watercolor class using some of these sets. So if you're interested, you might want to check it out. So here are the 3 new stamp sets designed for the watercolor series. This first one is called Scenic, and you can see it just has a bunch of different components that let you build different scenes. We've got the trees here, we have some flowers, the fence, we have kind of, they could be little mountains or bushes. There's kind of maybe to indicate a path there. Here we've got some sailboats, some birds, kites, and balloons, and there are also some sentiments on here. Then the other 2 sets are both floral sets. This one is called Blue Poppies. Obviously, you don't have to make these flowers blue, but I really like this set of flowers in a vase here. And then down here we do have some poppies, and then again a number of sentiments on it. That's perfect. I painted this just for you. And then this one is called Bunch of Blossoms, and here we have kind of some daisies, and here are some other flowers in there. We have a butterfly, and again some sentiments on here. All right, so now if you are a watercolor geek or want to be like me, then you are going to be really excited about this next part of it. Stampendous has paired up with Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith makes some really premium artist grade watercolors. They are really, really nice, and Stampendous has paired up with Daniel Smith, and they have put together what is called this Watercolor Essential Set. It has 6 tubes of paint in it. There you can see them right there. And this is known as what is known as a split primary set. It has 3 warm primaries and 3 cool primaries, and you can mix all different kinds of colors with these. So that is the first thing. Then Fran has actually chosen a really nice watercolor brush that she is going to be using throughout the series, and also a really nice folding paint palette. And this palette comes empty. Here you can see it. I have gone ahead and I have used my tubes of paint, and I have gone ahead and filled this palette. What is even more amazing is each palette comes with this color chart that shows how Fran is laying out her colors in here. So you've got areas for your pure colors, you have areas for mixing colors, you have more mixing areas down here, and she has instructions on what should go where and how to use it. So that is really, really amazing. And then the last thing that we have is this color wheel. And this here is one. This one I did this one. It's almost completed. I haven't done the blues over here because I'm going to save that for class. But this comes with the dots of the different paint colors, those 6 paint colors that I showed you before. And you can use this to create your very own color wheel. Up here you can see we have the pure colors. Over here we have our color wheel where we are mixing the colors, and it tells you exactly what's where and how to paint it. And you can see here we have our warm oranges and our cool oranges. Down here we have our cool greens and our warm greens. And then over here we have our cool purples and our warm purples. And of course there's lots of different ways you can mix these colors, but this is just kind of a standard. And then down here we have where it shows how you can actually use these colors to mix your own browns and blacks. And once again, you have your paint dots already on here, and you go ahead and you mix these up. So this is such a handy reference to use with all of this. Now we are going to be having, as I mentioned, our introductory watercolor class. And as part of that class, you will receive the paint palette with the paint in it. You will receive a color wheel, which we will complete as part of the class. And you will receive a watercolor brush. And then there's some other exercises and things that we're going to do to learn different things and just get you started on watercolors. Even if you've maybe done some watercolors but don't feel really confident, this might be a really great class, and you will leave with some really fabulous items that you can use on your own later on. Also, we'll mention that we got in some of the fine line masking fluid. We have had this before. Of course, this is Fine Line, our favorite applicators, and this will be used. Fran, I know, is going to use this for some masking in some of her watercolor classes, so I wanted to be sure and get some of that back in. I did want to point out that for right now, the palette and the brushes, I have a limited number, and those are going to be reserved until after the class, so that I'm sure that we have enough for everyone in class, and space in that class will be limited. I do have extras of the color wheel, so if you would like to get one of those, you can go ahead and get one of those now. So let me show you some samples. You can see right here on the front of the catalog, you can see here part of Fran's lessons. And here are some samples in here using the various stamp sets from the Watercolor Series that I showed you. Different ways that you can combine those and use those. Simple just with the balloons. They're using the scene builders to build different scenes. And here are some with the flowers. I mean, look, all kinds of things that you can do with those, just using that to create that border or a whole field of flowers. So lots of things that you can do with those stamp sets, whether you watercolor or not. Just wanted to show you a couple. Here is a sample using that Peking Pals, and this one is really cute. You can see here we have them peeking out, and here they are on the inside of the card. And over here, there is that cute llama. It actually uses the cling stamp as well as the llama from the clear set peeking in from the other side. All right, that is going to do it for now. I don't think I'm getting any orders in today, but I'm expecting probably a couple of them tomorrow, so I will be back with you as soon as those come in. In the meantime, have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.